Hi, this is Scott Varilek, Coima Varilek Trading in Sioux Center, Iowa. A little bit of a setback on Thursday here. The rest of the week, start of the week, was feeling a little bit better. We're recovering from some of the break that we've had, and now we take a little setback. And I think everybody's feeling a little bit spun just with the active trade up and down that we've had. Surely correcting from the highs significantly. And there's a growing number of people that think, okay, maybe the highs are behind us. There's still, some bulls hanging on saying, hey, tight fundamentals. We still got to rebuild the cow herd. While both of those are true, we have the ability to break. We still have some tight supplies. A little bit torn. Open interest is thin. The funds are not playing in these futures markets. But what I don't like in the fundamental category is we had a calf crop. All these calves that were put on feed and have been getting sold throughout the summer, they made pretty good money. Guys were happy, quick to sell, and we felt like we're current. We're moving them along. We're getting into September here coming up, and we're going to be moving on to some yearlings or some calves that were bought later, and some of those break evens are going to be negative. So what we do when we have negative break evens in the cattle industry, we just make them bigger, and especially when we have cheap feed. And that's what we have right now. We've got grain that hasn't quite decided if it's bottomed yet, and we're seeing low prices. We haven't seen them in a long time. So what we do is the market just kind of fights its way through it, and they just put more weight on them. They say, well, the feeders are high. Why don't I put more pounds on what I got already? They don't work, but try to feed their way out of it and hope it rallies. So we saw that in some carcass weight data that came out again on Thursday, and that's what I think could be our trouble spot if we keep putting the weight on those cattle there. Even with tighter numbers, we're going to add a lot of pounds by doing that. So watching that going ahead, we're hoping this isn't a third leg lower. We've had two sharp legs lower. Could be shaping up to be the third, and markets can kind of correct in waves of three. So that's kind of where we're at. Are we going to make that third leg lower or not? September is usually not my let's get saddled up and get running kind of a month anyway. So I'm a little bit nervous going into this next month. It's feeling a little bit heavy. We get this mid 180s cash this week. I think that's good. We're wanting to sell. You're wanting to get them moved. I think that's a good price. And that's kind of what it's shaping up to be, as long as we don't see a big Friday sell-off. Stock market seems to be okay. That's recovering. Yep, still election year. We're going to have the ups and downs of that. On the high prices, what does that mean? So I guess you got the one thing you got, okay, so Democrats are looking at price fixing and talking about that, trying to pull those prices down. And so the market was a little bit negative that, but it was also thinking, well, Trump's going to get in a trade war with China, so that's negative. So, hey, maybe if both of those are not friendly to the commodities, we don't have to really trade it as much. I guess is my hopeful upside on that little mess we got going on there. So questions, give us a call. Coima Varilek Trading, Sioux Center, Iowa. The risk of loss in trading futures and or options is substantial.